Hey everyone, John and Steve here, and some pretty huge news just dropped. And we knew this was coming because legally it has to come eventually. But they've gone a couple of years without delivering on a Call of Duty for Nintendo Switch. But this has finally come to fruition with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 coming to Switch 2 on October 23rd.
This is huge.
Yeah,
It seems silly, but we haven't had a Call of Duty on Switch, I think, since the Wii U. Like, since launch on the Wii U, we had,
we had
a
two
a
on
Black
Wii
Ops.
U. We had Ghosts and Black Ops 2.
Right, and I
Mm,
actually played those there because it was just such a weird and novel experience to have Call of Duty on a Nintendo console. Like you said, John, we've known this is coming because they had to commit to this as part of the Activision FTC lawsuit deal. So they committed to, I think, 10 years of Call of Duty on competing platforms. And so this is our first one on Switch 2, and it actually seems like despite the fact that we don't have graphics or visuals or a trailer or anything, we just have a blog post from Nintendo. It does seem that Microsoft and Infinity Ward, I assume this is Infinity Ward doing this,
mm.
uh are utilizing the Switch 2 hardware. Like, this has mouse control.
Yeah. Yeah, so they've got a blog post up, and a lot of it's just, regular flavor stuff, but they do talk about specific features, and the interesting ones are crossplay, cross progression, and optional Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. And they did this a bunch in the Wii and Wii U games as well. So in Modern Warfare Reflex, in Modern Warfare 3, in World at War and Black Ops, which I think were all on the Wii, and then Ghosts and Black Ops 2 on the Wii U. They all had Wii Remote pointing controls as an option in the Wii U, as mandatory for the other ones. But a lot of people loved playing that way. And until the very last minute, people still played Black Ops 2 and Ghosts on the Wii U specifically for that control scheme, even years and years after. So I imagine this will probably also support gyro, even though they're specifically saying mouse. But it does give Switch a really nice advantage because not only are you getting a handheld version, and this is the first handheld version we've had since the Vita game, Black Ops Declassified, but you also get that control step up where you get mouse if you want to use it for a lot more, granular control. And that's really, really cool. It's more than just like a compromised version visually. We haven't seen it yet, but it's also there's actual real merits to why you play it here.
Yeah, and like you said, cross progression is also a huge thing, right? If you're a real big Call of Duty head, you might want to pick this up just to have your save portably on native hardware, not running like a compromised Steam version, or maybe given that Steam decks are now $1,000, getting a Switch 2 and getting a portable version of Call of Duty where you don't lose anything, I think is a really cool prospect. I would love to see, though I would lay money it's not gonna happen. I'd love to see a 120 FPS mode on this, just to give you that kind of more twitchy response in the controls, but mouse mode is still going to do so much more than even gyro could do.
Yeah, 120 is probably like gonna be one of the first things that would be scrapped,
Yeah.
when taking it down to this amount. But, the fact that it's day and date, presumably because it's cross progression and cross play, it's gonna be the same game. And this is also the first Call of Duty that's not gonna be on PS4 and Xbox One. So they're ditching the last generations. It's super interesting that Switch 2 sticks around. And legally, it has to, but it's funny that they're ditching PS4, even though Switch 2 leans like a little bit closer that way. So how they're going to build it and how it's going to look is going to be really interesting to follow. But we're not
Yeah.
going to have to wait long to find out because there's a full reveal in, I think they said June 7th, so very, very close. We'll find all this out very, very soon. But exciting times.
Yeah, it's a cool time, especially to be a Call of Duty fan, but just also to see a series that has been absent from Nintendo for so long finally coming back. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what they show off with this because seeing it as a potential Switch 2 showcase kind of puts it in a new light for me.
Yeah. Just to end off, Steve, I also want to talk about Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, which has been on Switch 1 for a few years. But it's getting a Switch 2 edition with mouse controls, which perfect for Roller Coaster Tycoon.
This is another one of those games that is right at home on PC, and console ports always feel a bit kind of less than because you have to use a controller. Having mouse control in this is going to be huge.
Yeah. So two pretty big mouse games. You get the biggest shooter in the world, and then you get Roller Coaster Tycoon. Wind Down with One. I won't tell you which one the primary one is. It's probably the Roller Coaster Tycoon. But thank you for watching, everybody. We'll be seeing this game shortly. I'm sure Switch 2 footage and screenshots won't be far behind. Very exciting times. Anyway, we will catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
I know.